Right. Hello. As you can see, this isn't PC Genie because, well, we've swapped sides today. I, the cameraman, am going to be doing the action, and he's going to be the cameraman. Now, recently, as in yesterday, I managed to get my hands on a carbon dioxide powered revolver, a 6-inch Smith Wesson, and it's .177 ammo, domed pellets. Well, you'll see. Now, if I just show you by taking hold of the camera, please.
Here you go, boy.
Treat it gently.
Here is the beauty. Hang on, there's not much light here. Come in a brilliant case. It's got the old Smith Wesson logo on. Now, this one was made in Germany, I believe. The box has got everything you need. You can take these sponge bits out, so you can put in like more capsules. It's got a safety bit, extra sights which you can buy, my pellets, and of course itself. And the cleaning rod is in there, although you can't really see it. Now, you can have that again. Just get this all out. It's fully metal. The only thing that's not metal is the very outer section of the handle, Legendary.
which makes it very heavy. And it smells lovely as well. It's got a cylinder already in there. It's only had about 5 shots, this one, so it should still be fairly powerful. I've got fairly strong cylinders. They don't last as long, but they're very powerful. Now, inside, we have 10 rounds already loaded to save you the time of, me putting them all in individually. Looks very good. And of course, I can do that, which I seem to be doing all night. Obviously, the trigger is one of those ones that sort of pivot back, not push back. They look horrible. You can pull the hammer down if you want. It just basically makes the trigger go right to there, so you just need to touch it. And it's got the adjustable sight and everything. That's basically it. It's very heavy. And now we're going to be testing it on old Johnny's chainmail.
It's my shirt. It's not the chorsets as in leggings that I've been making. Oh no. Didn't have enough time to fix up the holes, in fact. Have a look. Still got some holes, some other stuff I've done to it. Oh my goodness, it's awful. So yeah, I've used my actual shirt, so if it pierces through, I'll be fixing holes in my own proper shirt, not just my chorsets that I've been making.
So basically, we're going to be doing .177 domed lead rounds, not rounds, I mean pellets, which are these, on strong carbon dioxide capsules against this. I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, so they're very small, these pellets. I think
they could actually go in the holes in between the rings.
I mean, look, this is one here. Something
on my
in that
on the air rifle I had tested in my first video, it was .22 caliber. I'm not going to say how it went, but yeah, it's going to be different to what happens here because the pellets were larger. It was a rifle rather than a revolver, and his is CO2 powered.
Yeah, not
in the actual capsules rather than cranked and pumped in the actual cocking mechanism.
Now I'm going to guess that the pellets might even go through. They're very small, but let's just see if it can separate rings or something. It's going to put a lot of force, so if you're wearing this,
it's going to hurt.
You might not. You probably won't die because you're wearing this thick armour, but it's going to hurt, like you said. It's going to knock you back. So
now, obviously, over here, because it's my shirt, this is actually 2 layers, so we're actually looking for it only to go through one. But if it goes through both, then that's really saying something.
Okay then, put it on the dry cloth, let's get this done.
Aha. Right, so, and after this I'm going to test my axe as well.
Come on, camera.
Well, your gun is.
Make sure you can see the jet of gas coming out.
Of course.
Are we ready then?
Well, I think so.
10 rounds, not 6. 10 into this.
Yeah.
Chainmail?
How about you start from longer range and then go.
As long as you can see me. Let's kind of see.
Because of the varying velocities on a chainmail.
Are we ready?
Yeah, 5 rounds there, 5 rounds closer. Okay, that's 10.
10.
Right, now, looking at the chainmail, I can smell what's happened. Right, first one I've seen is here. It's completely deformed. Yeah, okay. It's deformed itself on 2 chainmail rings, and it's look
On the floor.
Pick it up again. It's made a W pattern on it.
Okay, what's happened to the rest of it then?
Oh,
I mean,
it's just
the rest
it's
of your
just-
armour.
Yeah. So that's that one.
That hit me.
Sorry, no damage to the chainmail. Right, that's odd. It looks like, hey, there's a bit of a hole or something here.
Good.
I think it's gone through the, well, one of them must have gone through a hole and then gone through. Yeah, look. Because there's a small hole. It looks like they've gone through, well, there's one hole, but yet there are 2 pellets behind that, so they must have been able to go through the gaps in the middle of the chainmail, which means there's a chance that the chainmail will be made useless by the fact that it's not even hitting it, actually just going straight through.
Yeah, that's a good thing with the small pellets, is that your armour may not, you know, it's the rings will be, they have
Too
the,
big.
yeah, the gaps will be too big, so the pellet might just go straight through and do maximum damage still. So
See if there are any
yeah,
behind the. Yep, there's one that's managed to. Doesn't look like it's made holes, or maybe it was the one made the hole that I see. No, wrong place. So it's gone through 2 layers, but yet this is the holes. It's deformed itself on the padding behind it. So it's done rather well.
yeah, it's good. I'm glad.
So, yeah. I mean, this has had some old holes and things, so it might not have made the hole itself, but, I mean, for it to go through completely, as in to avoid the chainmail, is even better than, forcing its way through and being slowed down, because then it's as if you're not wearing the armour at all. So, it's another 5 or 10 shots from a... Is it going to be closer or longer range this time?
Should we do closer? Because I was all the way back there.
Okay, then in that case it's going to be a closer range. So
But
it could actually...
remembering, the CO2 cylinder may not have quite as much power as it did. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be weak, because it's still got about another 40 shots worth, but
I'd recommend these, just in case they bounce back.
no.
Because
I'm a
I've
man.
okay. I'm a man too, fool. I've got swords. I'm a decent archer.
Yes.
And I've got a beard.
Yes, that's not disgusting. I can grow a beard if I want to.
Yes, I can see a growing moustache
Shut up.
there. It's a child's one though.
That's only because I'm 15.
I know, but I still like to rub it in.
It's going to be like one of my videos where people are going, oh, I like you so funny.
Ugh. So,
I love doing that.
So, CO2 powered cartridges, .177 caliber, against my chainmail from a closer range. This could mean it's worse because it's less time for velocity, or it could actually mean that it's better because it's closer and less time to lose velocity.
Okay then.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. I'm seeing rings flopping off. I think everybody else saw it as well. Looking good. Stuff on the floor. Oh heck.
Oh, nice.
It's holy.
Excellent.
So,
I'm very glad it's done that well.
executioner style, as in you use a projectile weapon, but at close range. You are actually going to pierce straight through.
Of course,
Assuming
because in
you've
modern
got
day you'll have
high-powered CO2.
guns like this. Look at them all over the floor.
Yeah, it'll take me a bit of time to fix it back
Give
up
me
again.
something to do. That's your Christmas present.
Well, so it shows over a longer range, unless you actually go through the holes, because I saw one just sort of deformed itself on the rings. So from a longer range, it's not going to pierce through the chainmail. The chainmail's going to do the damage to the bullet. But from a closer range, damage is done to the chainmail. Tables are turned. So, next up, I'm going to use my axe, which I've even sharpened a bit more, specifically for this purpose, with my angle grinder. So,
The maximum, the maximum is 15 minutes now, isn't it? Not 10.
Yes.
I'm glad they've done that.
So I'm going to remove that because I'd rather keep that as much intact as possible. As you can see, some old holes from hacking from various different weapons at various different times for testing and, well, general fun with weapons. But now, right, this is the most intact. Well, I'm going to aim for just have more of this hanging down. So I'll just generally aim to hack these more intact areas. There are patches of it that are, you know, quite clearly wholly intact. So if I hack at those areas, I'll know it's the axe and not anything else that's done it. So, without further ado, except for you playing about with your awesome...
Wait, I just had to put the pellets away. Very fiddly that pellet container is.
So the rings don't go onto the... and, you know, start scratching the box.
Clean that.
Right. Time to start doing a bit of hacking.
Right here.
We'll just try all kinds of various ways of doing it. Nice.
Either Santa Claus has finally arrived, or that is a lot of rings I can hear jingling on the floor. Really getting into the Christmas spirit, aren't you? The chainmail is, anyway.
Yeah, well, that jingling.
God, the size of the hole.
Huh?
The size of the holes these they've made. Oh dear.
Okay. Axe versus chainmail. Axe wins.
Let's just say, if you were to approach someone who was wearing chainmail, all you'd need is 1 axe, 2 a Smith Wesson revolver.
And 3, the balls to actually try to fight someone in, you know, chainmail, because they've probably trained themselves to have some close combat weapon training. And one thing to remember is no matter how much the weapons can go through the chainmail, if they can block skillfully enough that you can't reach the chainmail, you're still screwed.